When you guys have your band meetings, what do you talk about to make the band better?
Well, we talk about how we can improve, the show, the set list and stuff like that. The set lists keep changing all the time. Try to make the set a little stronger, and as if you do shows almost every day or every night, I mean, you're just gonna get better. It just comes automatically by itself. You just get tighter and tighter.
Yeah, it's actually now by the end of the tour, you feel really comfortable. It's really tight and stuff.
Yeah.
The best shows are at the end of the tour. At least when it's like a 1 month tour. At the end of this tour, it's really going good. I think all the gigs has been really, really good, but
yeah,
it's a little bit better now at the end of it.
Yes, definitely. It's always it always takes a little time in the beginning. It takes about 5, 6, 7 shows sometimes before you get into it, because you might have been home laying on the couch for 3 or 4 months, haven't done anything really. Been home watching the kids and watching TV all day. So it's going to take a little while to, get back into it again. But, usually with this band, it goes pretty quick. With other bands that I've been in before, I haven't been in that many bands. It's just really one American band. But it took about 10, 15 shows before it started, to gel.
Have you ever had a show that just went bad? You started and you were just like, shit, I'm missing chords, I'm off.
Happens all the time for me. But it's just such a, I don't think the audience, they don't notice. Because it's just tiny.
When you play a concert, you're receiving yourself, everything in split seconds.
Exactly. Molecules is like,
it's like, okay, I missed one note in one song, and then you listen back to the tape and it's like, well, I can't hear.
You can't even hear it really. No.
But you go out afterwards. That was shitty show.
Yeah.
I played like really bad, but then you listen back to it. It's like
it's nothing.
It's nothing.
It's like I make like 3 or 4 tiny little bit mistakes. Never that I miss a chord or anything like that. It's just it's just when it's a lot of sweat. And
when you're bending a string or something, you just lose it.
I just kind of lose it in
a split second.
It kind of gets a little sour or whatever because it's so wet and I'm
absolutely no one in the audience can hear that shit.
No, it's true. But with the lights and everything, it makes it so hot. So I sweat a lot, and it makes it really hard sometimes to bend notes because it's just like staying in the shower trying to play a solo, So I keep dripping down on the string, on the neck. It's totally soaked in sweat, So sometimes it gets a little slippery when wet.
I like playing festivals, but when you play these concerts, everybody's there to see Europe. Every single person has bought a ticket to see Europe. That's the difference.
Yeah.
And that makes it feel better.
Yes, definitely.
But then again, when you do festivals, there's a lot of people there that are not there to see Europe. Then you have people to convince.
Exactly. I think I prefer festivals actually, because you reach a lot more people. You play like we did in Sweden. We played with 25,000. And a lot of other places out in Europe, we did like 10,000, 15,000 people. So you reach a lot more people. And it's outdoors, and I like that kind of thing. It's pretty cool.
But the record business back years ago when you started, I mean, you had a private jet flying around in the States. That kind of the record business is not the same anymore.
But then you find out, then you learn who's paying for it. It's you. We know that today, so we won't be flying in planes. I wouldn't say we're more business oriented or anything like that, because we don't do this to make money. We do it because we love to do it, but we're more aware of economic side of things.
Yeah.
We make sure we don't have to pay for things that other people request for us to do.
Yeah, we plan to start writing some new songs now pretty soon. I got a bunch of riffs already cooking at home, and we're just gonna
bring.
Yeah. I mean, you know, we're gonna be doing a lot more touring on Start from the Dark for sure. We're gonna, you know, next year we're gonna go to Japan in January, and then in March we're planning to do England, all over the place in England, and then in Italy and stuff like that, and hopefully America as well. And then after next summer festivals and all that stuff, 2005, we're going to start doing another album. So yeah, we're just gonna keep on rocking away here. You know, that's what we do.
Who is your favorite current bands, or do you?
Current band.
Yeah. Well,
Obviously, Red Hot Chili Peppers. Can't think of them.
well, I like Velvet Revolver a lot. I think they're great because I'm a big fan of Slash. You know, I actually done a couple of shows with him in Sweden. This Gibson convention and stuff. You know. He's great. He's a lot of fun, and Scott Whalen as well. You know, is a singer from Stone Temple Pilots. He's a great singer. He's one of my favorites. And I like Black Label Society, which is Zach Wilde's solo band. Next to when he doesn't do Ozzy, he does Black Label Society, which is really cool. Real heavy stuff. And I like the Darkness. More on the fun side of things, more humor, kind of, you know, image and music, you know. Which is, I think they're great. They're great players and stuff, you know. And Audio Slave, like you said, Audio Slave.
Absolutely.
Chris Cornell, of course, you know, in Audio Slave. Is,
One of the absolutely greatest singers in the world.
He's an amazing singer. It's incredible. Otherwise, there isn't that many new ones, really.
It's not like I run out to the record store every day and
No.
find new stuff.
No. I'm still, you know, big fan of the stuff from the 70s, you know. I mean, that's when all the cool stuff. Thin Lizzy, you know, Deep Purple, Black Sabbath, you know, Frank Marino, Mahogany Rush, you know, stuff like that, UFO, you know. Those are all my favorites, you know.
How did the name Europe come about?
It came, Joey came up with it. He had the album made with Deep Purple, made in Europe. It's a live album with David Coverdale.
We were called Force before, so we had to change the name.
Exactly. The name was Force, you know, from the UFO album, Force It. We took it. But then, you know, a friend of ours, Yngwie Malmsteen, had a band called Rising Force. So we thought like, well, you know, we gotta change it, you know, it's too close to that. And, you know, we gotta come up with something better and stronger, you know. I think he just looked at the cover one day and it was like, Deep Purple made in Europe. And he just thought, well, Europe, that sounds big, you know, stuff like that. So that's the way it came about. And then I think he invited us over or something to his house. We had like a pool party at his house.
So I got a suggestion for a new name here.
Yeah, exactly. We had a couple of beers first. He was like, you know, worried that we wouldn't like it. You know, so it's like, so what is it? What is it? We're just sitting there. It's like, well, let's have a couple of beers first here now. Just relax. You know, he is like that. Sometimes it's kind of funny, you know. He's like to, you know, hold on to the thing until the, you know, the breaking point. But and then he just said, well, band name. I think the name of the band should be Europe. And
I think
I
you and me looked at each other.
looked at that. What the hell? What is he thinking? Is he nuts? Is he on drugs or what?
But he said, give it a couple of days. Don't say anything now.
Yeah.
Give it a couple of days.
I think it went pretty quick. After a couple more beers, then we still really start liking it a lot, you know.